と言っているんだ。ここが貴様の終焉。絶望の淵に沈む。ブリーチ、ブレイブソウルズ。
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy the Death Smasher, and welcome back to yet another Bleach Brave Souls video. And today we are back with a before you summon / before you skip banner video, because I feel like this needs to be said because some people are going to be summoning, some people are going to be skipping, and I figure it's time I pretty much talk about everything that needs to be said when the banner drops, and just so that way you guys get an idea of everything else. Now, this banner is going to be a complete premium banner, so you guys can actually choose to skip this, but all in all three of these characters are amazing, and in my opinion, are must-haves depending on what your account has. Like in this case, Ulquiorra, this 3rd anniversary version, best speed unit in the game, period, just outvalues the likes of 7th anniversary Uryu. Ulquiorra, great GQ king for ranged captain GQ, and you can even use him in melee captain. And then we have this Mind Ulquiorra right here that is a super pot character and is going to be better than the likes of Swimsuit Nelio. But again, this banner is going to be a premium banner, so these characters upon release will be in the premium pool. You can pull them from Bleach Brave Souls summons tickets and potential 5-star tickets. And it can happen, lads. These characters will be returning a bit more frequently, to the point that almost everyone can have them as long as they basically play the game. Now, that being said, there are banners that are going to be dropping this month of December, and it's going to be really crazy, on top of mid-month, which is more than likely going to be Christmas. But the first thing that you guys need to know of is poll selection. Poll selection is going to be by far the biggest bait banner that just has so much value that you guys should not miss out on it, because it's gonna have 12 characters that is basically voted by yours truly, you guys, and it's gonna have a lot of value. The characters that are gonna be in it is 7th anniversary Ichigo, 7th anniversary Uryu, the Cacao Society version of Ulquiorra, the Cacao Society version of Grimmjow, Christmas Orihime, White Day Toshiro and White Day Aizen, the Swimsuit Isane, Momo, and Nelio, the Mind Hollow Lisa, and lastly, Lunar New Year's Rukia. So, other than that, this is a really damn good banner to go for, and just has a lot more value than what this end of month banner has, because unfortunately, this Ulquiorra banner, while the 3 characters are amazing, the fillers just generally suck, because there's only one good character that has value, which I'm gonna dive into as we talk about the banner. And that's not all, lads. We could very well potentially expect a rerun of these 1000-Year Blower characters right here, being Yamamoto, Yuhabaha, and Aizen, coming back this month of December. We don't know when, but this is all speculation, because normally these banners do come back 5 months after their initial release, and I think it's about time that we'll be getting these characters, which, by the way, all 3 of them are really worth it. Yamamoto being one of the best characters in the game, and is pretty much tied between him and Ulquiorra right now. Yuhabaha being a PvP king, and then Aizen being a NAD king, so very stacked banner, and we'll be back with older 1000-Year Blower characters, so that way you guys can not only pull these characters, but also potential older 1000-Year Blower characters that you guys may not have in your character collection. And for the end of year banner, we should potentially expect new 1000-Year Blower characters, so for everything 1000-Year Blower related, do keep an eye out. And then lastly, nobody has pretty much talked about this, but I think a potential Brave Fest for this 7th anniversary Ichigo could very well drop soon, sometime after this Uryu Brave Fest is gone, because guys, think about it real quick. They decided to drop this banner as a big bait for end of the month, and it's by far the best chance of being able to get Uryu, because if you go to step 20, you're going to be guaranteed him, and also has a pretty decent selection of fillers to pull from there besides Uryu, and basically getting to step 20, you're guaranteed the character. So we can definitely expect the same thing for 7th anniversary Ichigo sometime in December, if not December, sometimes even January. And if you guys are only looking to pull for 7th anniversary Ichigo like me, you guys can actually choose to do so, because in my case I have Uryu 5-5. And that's basically all you guys really need to know before you decide to skip the banner or even summon on it. In other words, post-selection, potential Brave Fest banner, potential rerun of 1000 Year Blower Yamamoto, Yuha, and Aizen, and a potential Brave Fest for Sentai Ichigo, and the fact that the entire Ulquiorra banner is premium, just so that way, if you guys do not want to go for that Ulquiorra, you guys can choose to skip. So that's all you guys really need to know. Now, let's just talk about if the banner is worth summoning for. Now, in my honest opinion, the main banner itself only do, at max, 5 steps. Because if you're only in this to pull 3rd Anniversary Ulquiorra, your luck is better off by just summoning for the individual banner, because the fillers here are pretty damn bad. And I mean really, really bad, because there is only one good filler here. Otherwise being Nozomi, who is a Blink Slot Potion character and a Droplet character, which I'm gonna dive into. But then the rest of the fillers here, they've all been thrown in several banners, and they've just been, you know, replaced by multiple better characters. Like Mushiro right here, she's a Droplet character, but she is ass. And I mean literally ass. She's a 17% Droplet character, and her kit is wonky as hell. It's not even that good, and we just have overall better Droplet characters than her. Uryu. Do you really need this Uryu when you have 7th Anniversary Uryu? I'm just saying, this guy has the same kit as Bruno, just that he doesn't have Havoc or Weakening. That's it. He was really good upon release, but now he's starting to show his age, and he's just not all that great as he once used to be. Ruka, only good in IT, but now we have better characters for mine. So there's that. Toshio, Chronicle Quest bonus, but outside of Chronicle Quest, he is whack. This Christmas Nelio, just a 14% link, and nothing else. So yeah, the main banner, in terms of value, it's pretty bad, but the individuals, in my opinion, are actually slightly better, which I'm going to be breaking down, just so that way you guys can decide whether to summon on them or not. So in this case, this Mind Ulquiorra will have Arena Rose, Ginjo, and Edrad. I'm only going to be breaking down Rose and Ginjo because those are the only good characters that you can get from the banner. Edrad is just first in common, nothing else. Segunda Etapa Ulquiorra, on the other hand, has Nirge, White Day Gin, and Fierce Battle Yoruichi. I'm only going to be breaking down Nirge. Yoruichi, all you need to know is that she's only good for Guild Quest, for Melee Espada, if you have her 5-5, but at 105, there's better characters like White Day Aizen, and then this Gin is just really nothing. Nothing at all. He's not that good. And then 3rd Annie Ulk, in my opinion, has to be pretty much the best out of the individuals that we have out right now, so I'm definitely going to break down the entirety of his banner. But now, let's just start off by breaking down the characters that I mentioned before and, you know, just talk about them. Okay, so starting off with my baby boy, the one I want the most, 3rd Anniversary Ulk. He's going to be the best in banner just because he is by far the best speed character that we have in the game, with the fact that he has double killers of Holo and Espada, so basically this guy's an anniversary character, has Weakening and Burn on all of his attacks, has Frenzy +1 with Havoc at 20%, Berserker 40%, Aronka Resonance, strong attack damage, which by the way of how this works is the more Aronkers that you have on your team, the more damage Ulquiorra will basically be able to pump out. Like, let's just take into example, Epic Raids. You run this Ulquiorra with 5 other Grimjowls, and I'm talking White Day Grimjowl. Ulquiorra will be able to buff up his strong attack damage from 10% to an additional 60%. And that's crazy because you're going to be mainly using this guy for Epic Raids and Guild Quest. Now, for Guild Quest, unfortunately, you're not going to take any advantage into this, even though he still has 10% extra strong attack damage. You cannot go wrong with that. Also has Bombardment +1, complete status immunity. Sadly, he doesn't have shared complete status immunity like most of the newer units, but hey, it's alright. At least he's immune to everything. And on top of that, also has Devastation of 40%, accompanied with Bombardment and the 80% SP buff. This guy is pretty much looking to be on the same nuke level as Yamamoto, if not slightly better or worse. We need to see how he is when at 5-5, max transcended, T20 with full stamina damage boost and weakened defense, which I'm expecting him to pretty much be a god, especially for Espada GQ. If you guys really think about it, he should be able to guarantee sub 1 for both the melee and ranged Espada. If not that, at the bare minimum, sub 5, sub 10, because this character is pretty freaking crazy. And on top of that, he also comes armed with Long Stride Sharpshooter, meaning that he can nullify ranged resistance and range guard and Sprinter +1. So, yeah, this character is just better than Uryu and better than 5th Anniversary Byakuya. Matter of fact, 5th Anniversary Byakuya is officially dead. I said it, lads. I don't care. He's dead. He's pretty much not good anymore. And the straw attacks, he's got the same 3k length beam as Aizen 1020 with a length of 3k. The SA2 is new though. He has a 750 AoE in front, not the 960, the 750. However, the second part of the strong attack turns into a homing vortex. So basically, instead of being a 960 into homing vortex, it's a 750 into homing vortex. Basically being the same SA as the likes of Spirits Are Forever With You, Yoruichi, 1000-Year Blowword Anime Uryu. Except the main difference is, instead of it being an SA1, it's as an SA2 but has a homing vortex. So, really damn good. I like it. It does differentiate it a bit, and he still does have a good amount of range in order to take down the mobs. And then his third Tron attack is full screen. So, yeah, this character is insane. He's absolutely goated, and I want this unit. Definitely. I'm going to be summoning, just so you guys know. Up next is Segunda Etapa Ulquiorra. As I stated before, he's going to be a GQ NAD unit. So, the amount of multipliers that this guy comes with is pretty crazy. However, my main complaint is the fact that he debuffs instead of boosting. And the reason why I say that it's problematic is because it only affects one wave of mobs instead of just boosting your character the entire time. Now, the debuff is definitely going to be crazy in epic raids. However, in GQ, because you're facing 5 waves instead of just 1, it's a wasted opportunity to give him boost because he does come armed with a lot of stuff. He has Flurry +1, a bruiser of 40%, normal attack damage of 20%, so 60% bruiser added on top. With Debilitator, Diminisher, also has 50% killer effect in guild quests, outside of it 30. Keep in mind you're almost never going to use that killer effect in PvE because he has Captain Killer, and then has range damage of 10% outside of GQ, and in GQ 30%. Poise and Sprinter, and also comes armed with multi-barrier when you pop that SA2, as it does give out shields. It has weakening on his entire kit. Innate abilities, Sharpshooter, just like the Anniversary Ulquiorra. Immune to paralysis, which is exactly what you would want to have since we have paralysis puddles. And then full stamina only, increased normal attack damage of 40%. So yeah, lads, this guy has pretty much Flurry with 100% bruiser. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. He has so many goddamn multipliers and has the killer effect and the range damage. We're looking at exactly the same numbers as Abirama, if not slightly less, but still really good, and comes armed with status summons, exactly what you would want in him. Now, the attacks don't really matter. He's a ranged NAD character. He's got the same NAD string as Tokinada. The SAs, he's going to have an 18% shave on the SA1, SA2 800 AoE, third Tron attack, 1k radius full screen, so yeah, pretty much your typical NAD character, and he's good. He's really good, well done. I am glad that he at least has some form of guard break. If it weren't for that, he'd just be a GQ character and nothing else. And lastly, the Mind Ulquiorra, which is second best in banner. Because the way of how I think, it's basically number 1, third Annie, number 2, this ult, and number 3, the Mind ult. But other than that, thankfully, none of the ults got the shacked, which is crazy. Now, this character, as I stated at the start, he is a super pot character. So, the amount of stuff that he has is going to be really good. Now, sadly, he only has weakening instead of weakening alongside, I don't know, laceration, burn, anything. He doesn't have double status ailments, so the day we do get an IT in which enemies are going to be immune to weakening, that's going to suck, but so far, I don't see Caleb doing that because they have not done it yet. Thankfully. I hope this doesn't jinx the whole thing. But anyways, he's got Frenzy +1 with Havoc at 20%. Oh wait, it's on the innate skills, but like, he's got Frenzy, he got Berserker 40%, also has Devastation, Debilitator, the Heart Droplet skill, the Heart Link Stop Potion skill, and then the Heart Super Pot skill. So basically, he's on the same value level as the anime 1000-Year Blower Uryu, and that's really good. And on top of that, increased status element chance against Heart attribute enemies. Thank God, because this is what Swimsuit Nelio freaking needed. She had a really insane Berserker, but did not even have that or the 80% SP buff. So to see that, it's really good. And on top of that, he's also going to be able to do 40% more damage once inflicting a status element. So Mind Attribute, a Ronker damage to status ailment affected enemies of plus 40%. That's good. And do keep in mind, he's got weakening. So the damage that he's gonna do after that is gonna be stupid. Like literally, it's just gonna be really stupid. And then the innate skills, he's got Guard Break, Havoc at 20%, and also has Stamina Recovery. Yeah, that is really good. That is really good. My only complaint is he just doesn't have 80% SP. That is just the only thing I'm gonna really complain, and I personally would have preferred he had that over the Team Party skill that he has right here. But he's not a bad character. He's very well done. The essays, he's got the same SA1 as Artbook Ichigo, being the Suction Vortex, and then full screen on SA2 and full screen on SA3, so yeah, he's basically Artbook Ichigo and Thousand Year Blood War Anime Ichigo combined in one character. It's kind of stupid if you guys really think about it. It's good. It's good. So yeah, he just doesn't have the beam, but honestly speaking, we can't complain. This is a really strong Superbot character. You cannot go wrong about this unit right here. So yeah, the 3 ults, they're definitely worth it, but keep in mind they're premium. Now let's just talk about the fillers. The only filler I'm going to talk about the main banner is Nozomi, because she is the one that has the most value right now, because she is a no affiliation killer. She also has Frenzy +1, no Havoc unfortunately. However, she still does have Berserker of 60% with Devastation 60, a killer effect of 50% in multiplayer quests, so really good for when we have no affiliation mobs in epic raids, because that seems to be happening a lot nowadays, but without it, unfortunately, she will not have use of it. But even then, she still has like 60% Berserker, so you cannot really go wrong with this character, and has the Technique Droplet skill and the Technique Link Stop Potion skill, so really great farmer. You cannot go wrong with this character for the likes of epic raids. You're going to be able to farm both simultaneously, so really good. And innate abilities, she also has Recover 20% stamina to her entire team, and also can read no affiliation dodges and has freeze immunity, so really good, really good. The kit, unfortunately, it's not the best, but it's decent. Like, at the very least, you can make use out of it. She has the 40% shade on the SA1, otherwise being the same SA as Bruno, but because she lacks the Havoc, she's gonna have a lot less width than Bruno, so it can be easy to miss when it comes to using the SA1 properly. 2500 length beam on the SA2, and then the SA3 is going to be the suction into explosion kind of attack, similar to 5th anniversary Byakuya. Honestly, if this character had status elements, I think it wouldn't have been a problem, but like, it's a pretty mid strong attack without the status elements, so there's that. But other than that, super strong valued character, you cannot go wrong with her, and it's a gem to have for your account, for sure. I don't have this unit, so when I summon, I hope I do get her, at the very least. And that's all I'm going to be talking about for the main banner. And now, let's just talk about the fillers that are on the Mind Ulquiorras banner. We have the Arena Rose, and this character is really good for both auto-link content and in Arena, because he has Flurry +1, Berserker of 30%, kind of irrelevant, but has a Bruiser of 20% with a NAD link of 30%. So even if you guys decide to not use this character, he makes up for it by being a really juicy link. In this case, I use him for Jushiro. But yeah, on top of that, he also has Sprint +1, Weakened Defense, and has Paralysis on his entire kit, which is actually not that bad. And in Arena, he also picks up Start Power Up Item +2, Long Stride, an additional Flurry +1, so he picks up Flurry +2 in Arena, and also has all stats of 40%. So you can build him up to be a very tanky character, and has damage reduction of 10% with NAD 13%. You cannot go wrong with this character. And he also has Guard Break, damage to paralyzed enemies of +20%, and slow immunity. So really good, really damn good. And if you guys are wondering what the kit is that he has a 2500 length beam. His SA2 is going to be the same as Tokinata, Vortex into Pushback, and then the 975 radius AoE in front. So not bad, not bad. He's a really good character. Don't sleep on him. And besides that, if you guys do not want to use this character, you can always get his attack to level 10 and use him as a link. Up next is Ginjo. Now this character is a 30% droplet character. Now, in my opinion, he gets really underplayed because of the fact that he has the Quincy killer, and sadly, that's just the only thing that he has wrong with this character. The fact that he is relegated to getting the most damage if Quincy mobs are a thing, which thankfully in Droplet Zone they are, but for when it comes to Inheritance Trials and a lot of harder content, they're not, even though we just had an IT with Quincy mobs, so Ginjo would have definitely shined on there. And yeah, he has Frenzy +1 with Guard Break, Berserker 20%, no Havoc, but the main thing that you guys need to keep in mind is that he is a droplet character, so you cannot go wrong with this character whatsoever. He still has a really decent kit, and yeah, he has weakening on his entire kit, and also is immune to poison, so you can use him for guild quests in that case. And the attacks, basically the same as Fierce Battle Uryu. He has the 40% shave on the SA1, SA2 is 800 AoE in front, and then the SA3 is full screen, so yeah, basically, Fierce Battle Uryu, but as a droplet character, and honestly speaking, you cannot go wrong with this character because you're going to be using this unit to farm power droplets. Like, let's be honest here. And then, breaking down the only good filler of the Segunda Etapa Ulquiorras banner, Nierge. Yes, I call him Nierge because Nier is gay. But anyways, he too is another droplet character. However, on top of being a droplet character, you can use him for farming most of the content in the game because he has Crystal Jewel drop of 50%. So, if you guys are new players, and you need those crystals and jewels, Nierge is going to be your main farmer, easily. Just easily, like, once you get him, at least get one of the bonus abilities to have, like, an additional crystal jewel drop, and you have yourself a really solid farmer. But even then, he's still a really good droplet character. The only thing that he lacks is status zone, so you're going to mainly be using this character for the likes of Droplet Zone, and that's just about it. So, yeah, he has Human Killer, so sadly, there isn't that many content in which human mobs are a thing. We only had an IT recently where it had human mobs, but, like, realistically speaking, because this guy doesn't have status elements, you would not use him on there. He still has Frenzy +1 with Guard Break, 60% Berserker, Devastation 60, has hidden enemy chance 100%, Sprinter +1, and the innate abilities, he only has 20% stamina recovery, so not too bad. And then the SA1, Outdated Lunge, 475 radius, 800 AoE in front, and then the SA3 is full screen, so yeah, you basically have yourselves a much harder hitting Ginjo in this case. Because at the very least, he has 60% Berserker, he's just going to be able to do a lot more raw damage numbers than Ginjo. And that's the only good filler that we need to talk about. I'm not talking about Gin or Yoruichi in this case. Now, breaking down all of the fillers for 3rd Any Ulks banner. Momo. She's a 30% droplet character for Heart. You cannot go wrong with that. Full stamina damage boost of 20%, Frenzy +1, Multi-Barrier +2, Poise, Havoc at 20%. You cannot go wrong with this character. The only thing you can really go wrong about her is the fact that she just lacks a lot of multipliers, as she only has full stam 20% and no Berserker. However, she can heal on her second strong attack, so do not cry if you lose your stam. Just heal yourself, bro. She has burn on her entire kit, and she's just mainly meant to be used in Droplet Zone, and only that, to be honest. But yeah, she also has Read Aronker dodges, Guard Break, and Medic, so you cannot go wrong with that. And her kit is good. She has a 3k Link Beam, 960 in front, and then the SA3 is going to be the same Vacuum into Explosion. However, for her, it works because she has Burn. So it's a good chance of being able to inflict Burn in this case. So I'm not going to complain about that. Just a solid character to use, basically. And then Fierce Battle Renji, this character, in my opinion, is very underrated just because of the fact that he lacks the Havoc. However, he just has so much going for him that you can actually use him in IT, besides being the full stam 30% link, because at the end of the day, most of his value is going to come from that link. You can never go wrong with his link for the likes of Guild Quest. I'd be using him in Art Book, Ichigo, just to try to get a better chance of getting sub 1, which I can. And yeah, other than that, he still has Frenzy +1 with Guard Break. He does come armed with SAR on the skills, thankfully. A Berserker of 40%, Technique, Attribute, Soul Reaper strong attack damage of 20%. And on top of that, has the Bankai mechanic. So, just like Rukia, he can go Bankai, change the mags of his strong attacks, and do even more damage. Let me see if I can excuse the dumb scrolling, but yeah, he can transform, and his mags will change from 120% to 150%. And you can keep that active for 20 seconds, then you have to wait for 10 seconds for that to fully recharge, and then you can use it again. Pretty damn broken. And the reason why I say he's also good in IT is literally because guess what? Post-transformation 10-second disabler, so you'll be able to have a really high chance of inflicting laceration. Really good. Really damn good. And is also immune to paralysis and has Sprinter +1. yeah, he's a solid character. And then the strong attacks, he has the same suction vortex as our Book Ichigo, but without Havoc, it's 625 radius. SA2 is going to be the 2500 length beam, and then the SA3 is full screen. So other than that, really good character. It's just that he doesn't have Havoc, and that's it. If it weren't for the fact that he lacks Havoc, I think he would have been a really damn phenomenal character. He would basically have the same kit as the likes of the Mind Meteor, just that the SA2 has a lot less width. But other than that, he's a good character. Don't sleep on this character. Just saying. And then Nemu, here's another last one that is really good. The only thing is that she's kind of lacking in the damage department, and we have a lot better tech units, but if you're lacking a Hollow Killer, you cannot go wrong with this character. I have to be 100% honest, because she still has a really godly kit. Berserker 20%, the Technique Attribute Sword for strong attack damage of 20%, and also has Frenzy +1 with Havoc, and also has increased status element chance against Speed Attribute Hollows. However, it's only against Hollows in this case, and if the IT doesn't cuck her with Paralysis immunity. So yeah, that's basically it. And again, this character is good because she has a 3k length beam, 960 in front, and then the SA3 is going to be the same SA3 as 5th Anniversary Ichigo, where she can charge the strong attack and do a lot of damage once you get it done. So like, this character, Max Transcended, she's not going to be too bad. I'll say that much. However, do not expect to pump out the same damage numbers as Safui Retsu or even Cacao Society Grimmjow. Just a good, solid character that you can't really complain, but I can understand if you guys have better characters. In my case, because I have Retsu 5-5, I don't really care about this unit. But other than that, not too bad, not too bad. So yeah, again guys, just be careful from when it comes to summoning on these banners. There's going to be a lot of great stuff that is coming out, and only summon on this banner if you care about Ulquiorra and only Ulquiorra. Would you say I intended the pun? I don't know, I don't care, but like, I'm summoning regardless because I want all 3 of the Ulks, and I primarily want to get my hands on this 3rd Anniversary Ulquiorra remake. You guys have no idea how long I've waited for that, so we'll see how the summons go. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This has been your brother the Smasher, and I hope to see you guys all in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, lads. This has been your boy the Death Smasher, and I'm signing out. Take care, lads. Peace out.